Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the Lord of the Rings trilogy. We're going to be ranking all three of them today, so let's get started with the ranking, shall we? Now, if you saw my review, you probably understand why I put this in number 3, but what makes this film work so well is that the action is great, and it kind of is a very cool conclusion to all the characters that we've seen in both two films. So I think it does fantastic jobs at that. But when it comes to the big action sequences, it does too much of it, and it questions me, like, which action sequence is the one that concludes the film? Which scene is the one that concludes the movie? Like, it does all that, and of course, it's completely the longest Lord of the Rings movie ever, so for me, it comes in last place for that reason. Okay, so now if you saw my review of this film, you know that I didn't give this the best score in the world, but I actually like this movie a lot better than The Return of the King, because I thought the introduction to this world, the way it kind of does this backstory, because it relates to me a lot to Thor: The Dark World, because that's one of the issues with Thor: The Dark World, is that it feels like too much like Lord of the Rings in space, and because I saw this film, I saw a lot of similarities to Thor: The Dark World, and what people were talking about with that opening sequence, and that's what this film felt like to me. The opening sequence felt like Thor: The Dark World, and the characters are all likable, and then once you get to the end, and then of course the action is great, and once you get to the end, they team up, and the story is complete, and then of course, Gandalf says the most famous line of them all, "You shall not pass," and overall, it just sets up this whole franchise, this little trilogy of films, in a very cool way. Now, what makes this film work so well is that it really is bigger than the first film. Because of the events that happened in the previous movie, we with Gandalf basically being killed, well, for now, we see all these characters being separated and going on different journeys. With Frodo and Sam, we get to see him go on their little journey, as well as team up with Gollum, which Andy Serkis played a fantastic performance as Gollum, where he could be really annoying and like frightening, but also you can like feel emotionally for him as he's crying and everything that he's gone through. And then also you have like Legolas and the other group of people as they find Gandalf and meet with other people. And then they also introduce these other characters in all other worlds that I also enjoyed. And it also just has some great action sequences. The third act is probably my favorite third act of all these films, of all the Lord of the Rings movies. So it pretty much does everything that you want bigger. I don't really have any specific problems with this movie, but it's not like a fantastic film for me, but it is still my favorite of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that's why it's my favorite film of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so that's why it's at my number 1. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6, my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand how names, head to my back to on social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.